everyone. This is Tarot, the Witch's Tradition with Michaela Rena. Thank you for being here today. It is a tantalizing Tuesday and very interesting times in this first month of the Julian or Gregorian calendar, however you want to look at that. Interesting. We're in the January month, and this is right at the precipice or at the beginning before the inauguration. So I wanted to document that with this particular reading. We have a lot of different things that are happening, and the cards that I pulled today are definitely apropos to the things that we are experiencing. They seem to be muddled in our personal life because it's in our daily news, it's in the daily discussions, and so it seems to affect the relationships that we have with people, the relationship that we have with ourselves, and that I find to be more fascinating, that you find people that are becoming more aligned with one another, or you're able to discern that there are truly differences in the perspective that can cause a real shift. So the cards that I pulled today are from the Chrysalis Tarot by Holly Sierra. Just absolutely a beautiful illustration. However, these cards really show something quite remarkable. The first card that I pulled is the Four of Scrolls. However, I pulled this card reversed, so we're just going to talk about the cards for just a moment. The next card I pulled is the Weaver, which is the Queen of Scrolls, and I actually pulled this card in reverse. The next card I pulled is the Phoenix, which in this case is Judgment, and I pulled this card reverse. Aren't these gorgeous? They're beautiful. And the last card I pulled is Hearn the Hunter. He is next in the Major Arcana, the 7, the Chariot. Isn't that interesting? We've had quite a few people that look like that in our political arena. Quite a few personalities that have taken on that look. So let's talk about this. The Four of Scrolls. The Four is connected to a foundation or structure. However, this card shows up reversed. And it's really interesting because in the traditional deck, it shows 4 wands or 4 sticks with a family sitting in the middle of it. It looks like as if it's a setting for a tent or a structure for a building, and that there's an agreement on the inside. However, and the wands are creative and combative, and so the fact that they are reversed, we're looking at the scrolls, the wands, not necessarily having a structure, not having a structure. And the Weaver is the Queen of the Wands. She shows up reversed. There you go. She showed up reversed. And in this case, turn it this way, thank you. In this case, the Queen is not a personality, but a person. And so this is a person that is really not sure how they need to maneuver. I find it really interesting that it's reversed, and so when I see that, the card reflects on that it's not feminine energy, but that it's masculine energy. And that masculine energy really doesn't know what the plan is, and so therefore is not able to structure something in that is formidable or safe or structured. And so the next card is the Phoenix, and the Phoenix we know is the Phoenix rising, emerging from the fire and the ash to emerge into something or transform into something. It also, in this particular deck, represents judgment. This card actually showed a reverse. It revealed itself reversed. It's really interesting here. So this is, when we think about that, the judgment. This is not judgment from other people, even though the card traditionally has an angel heralding and then people coming out of the grave. This is not about how you are in reflection to other people, although the card can represent that. However, this is an internalized development, able to rise above even your own thoughts that circulate or that you believe are outside of yourself, but they're really inside. So normally the card is to give power, to incite that the person has risen above even their own mental challenging thoughts, right? However, we're being challenged on so many different levels that people are questioning their own intellect, their own intuition, because there's so much information out there that it causes a measure of confusing movement. And you don't know whether to go left or right, And I find that to be interesting because the next card is Hearn, the Hunter, and it's the major arcana, and it's the 7, and it's about movement. There you go. It's about movement. And the Chariot is not complacent. The Chariot can also be unstable, and in this case, it could indicate some instability in the plans. And so, but you may not know what the plan is. And it's really difficult to be able to solidify what your plan is. Let's just say for the next year. A lot of people will plan out their vacation during this month. Usually December, January. They know, okay, these are my vacation days. I know I'm going to travel and see family during the summer, or for birthdays, or for graduation, from the high schools and the colleges. However, no one really understands where they fit in that plan right there. So that's where the plans can really feel like there's like no one's in control. And so usually you look at control, in this case, the structure being more masculine energy. However, even this card in its reverse state shows that masculine energy is really not grounded, and it's keeping many of us from being able to rise above this negative vibratory field, that we're not able to say, I know what my plans are and I can transform from this. However, you can, and it's definitely going to take a shift, and that shift is definitely being revealed here, with Hearn the Hunter, the Chariot. You'll need to shift. You'll need to get into the position where you're moving forward with your thoughts. You're moving forward with your ideas. So here, where that 4 of Scrolls arrives, is definitely about setting the intention to write your plan down. Because if you leave it up in the air, like this Queen of Scrolls, if you leave it up in the air, it's never going to get done. So you have to be really exact in order to transform above the ash that is emerging, because this is definitely a moment of fire for everyone. And in that transformation, you'll get to where you desire to be. And it's interesting, this is not necessarily about desiring to be with any person, any job, but it really is internalized. And you can release feeling like that everything's at a loss, because this is about taking control of what has been uncontrollable. You have to take care of yourself first. And so, anyways, that is today's message. We have the Witches Tarot application. The school is open. We will actually have our first class week in February. So go ahead and jump in. Take care and get that application filled out. It's a limited number of students, and the student enrollment is almost filled. So hurry up because usually this class has got a waiting list on it. So thank you very much for those. And let me say this: for those that have been on the waiting list, your names have been pulled forward, and so I thank everyone for coming on in. Hurry, we have a few more spots left available. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow on Tarot, the Witch's Tradition with Michaela Rena. Ashe.